have a lot to say. Hello! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Baseballs has released their second studio album, String and Stripes. The album is a continuation of a success in 2009 on the album Strike, which has far been released in nearly 100,000 copies here in Finland. Strike grabbed the official Finnish album chart #1 place over 13 weeks and was awarded the Emma Gala of the 2000 best-selling album. And Platinum Border broke up in Sweden, Norway, in the Netherlands, and the double album Baseball got the Switzerland, and silver from Great Britain. Gold Border broke the band's home country also in Germany. Amazing! So Baseballs, Sam, Basti and Dicker, welcome.
Hello, yeah, hello, thank you.
It's nice to have you again here in Finland.
Yeah, it's cool for us to be here again, because actually Finland was the first country that worked kind of rock and roll-ish beside the German-speaking countries. And so I remember the first time that we've been here, we had the snow everywhere.
Yeah, it was very cold.
And this time we just have some spots of snow everywhere. So
and the sun is shining.
And the sun is shining. Yeah. So you do a good job over here. The next time, I think when we have the third album, there will be no snow at all.
But actually,
there is.
You know, you have to know, we know, of course, that the sun is shining very, very hot here in Finland. We had this festival gigs here in Finland last year, and the sun was so hot, and of course, the audience was hot, and and we had a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah, because my second question is, did you guys party whole night yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, we're not very good in reading Finnish, but we saw these pictures in this newspaper saying that we are party animals. And
in the hotel?
Well, in the hotel, yeah, they had to close the bar and we had to look for another place to go, but in the end it's always good if you just have some beer in your pocket. But in the end, we have to say that we are not that rock and roll-ish like some people think, that we are partying every night and drinking a lot of alcohol or taking drugs. Or I mean, we are really nice guys in the end. And if we know that we have, for example, an important gig or a show, we are really concentrate on behave the night before and be always nice to our female guests.
Go to bed.
Go to bed. Have a nice massage. Not together, from different separated from each other. Yeah.
Hey, I have
Hey!
You can thank you very much. After like a huge success, was it so difficult to make this album, and what kind of process it was to you?
In the end, it was almost like the same thing that we did with the first record. Even though we had less time, we had like 3 or 2 months. So the Strings and Stripes record, out in the stores now, was created like from November last year till February, March, and it was almost the same. We went to the rehearsal room with our band and we were discussing about songs, ideas we have, and we also worked together with the same production team. So it was felt almost like the same than when we did the Strike album. And yeah, what we had this time is that we came up with some new ideas. For example, to get more into the 60s rock and roll and find some summer vibes for the songs and do some Beach Boy styles. And what we did the first time now is to cover rap songs. We never did this before, and it was a lot of fun actually. For example, the Candy Shop, the first single. This is really easy it's easier to do in the speed of 50 Cent. He's doing it really slow, you know, groovy, and we do it almost in the double speed. And there was a lot of hard work in the studio and a lot of fun to do the lyrics in the rock and roll way. And of course, with the song we are really proud of, the song we are really proud of is the first own song we have on this record, the first original baseball song, which is Hard Not to Cry, and we're really happy about that this song is on the record now.
How do you pick of all of these songs in the album? How you choose them?
How we, yeah, it's like Digger says always. It's like love on first sight. You know, when we're driving in the car, listening to the radio, and if there's a song and the song has got a nice melody or enough chords and nice lyrics, then you know it's like we're having a lot of ideas to that song maybe, and then we'll take these ideas to the rehearsal rooms and practice it or jamming it with our whole band. And you know the good thing is that our whole band, you know, they are very good, or they have a good knowledge about the 50s and about the 60s. So it's great working together. And you know, if Digger has an idea, maybe we could do this song in a Little Richard style, then maybe Basti says, no, let's do it in a Jerry Lee Lewis style. And I say, no, none of them, you know. So, but it's a good working together, and it fits somehow.
Okay, but the album is right now out. What do you expect of this new album?
Thank you very much, Sam. Well, of course we are really nervous because actually we had this big success with the first album. But the problem is, or not the problem, the good thing is that we some kind of, as a rock and roll band, jumped into this mainstream popular music business. So we had the chance to make this rock and roll music popular with different other bands that are in the radio and all that stuff. But in the end, we're still a rock and roll band, and our expectations are more or less to play more in rock and roll clubs again, not only to have this bigger venues, for example. Even if we could play in front of more than 2,000 people, we would say, okay, let's repeat more than just one concert in one town, than just playing one concert in front of a big audience. So this rock and roll music doesn't depend on the success of the second album. Of course, we hope that that there are many people that buy the record, come to our concerts, and celebrate the summer and the winter time with us. But honestly, we are happy if this rock and roll music that we make lasts for longer than just a popular name like the Baseballs.
You have to know, as we got the chance to record the first album, Strike, you know, there was like a dream come true, you know, we never thought of that. You know, it was really a big thing for us when we heard that there's a record label and they said, hey, would you mind to record some some songs for us? And we, okay, let's do it. And it was really, really cool, and we were so surprised. And that you know, it was really, you know, a special moment for us when we heard that it went so well in all over Europe, you know. So actually, like Digger mentioned before, of course we are nervous, but more because of the people around us, you know, because they saying stuff like, you know, the first record was so successful, we have to go with another album. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.